one thing which we have learned in this space, it evolves very fast. You have to keep learning every day. The learning here is 100 times faster because what you know today, it can be completely outdated 3 months ahead. The technology is evolving, the market is evolving, and as you rightly said, there are so many other people who are trying different things to do here. So if someone wants to come into this space, it's like this is the right time. Don't wait for it, because now if you come, you will learn a lot.
Hello and welcome to the Startup Operator podcast. I'm Roshan Cariappa. We hear of NFTs, the Metaverse, and more. And if you're like me who kind of knows what this stuff is, but not really, well, this episode is for you and for me. We have Varun Choudhary, who is the co-founder of FanAnywhere, on this podcast explaining what this new world is all about and how he's helping celebs connect with their fans in a whole different way. This is an interesting chat with a founder who is building at the edge of something new and exciting. I hope you like it. Hey Varun, welcome to the Startup Operator podcast. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thanks, Roshan, for inviting me today. I have been following your channel for some time now, and I'm really excited to be here, invited myself today, and looking forward to have a good chat with you.
Yeah, so we've not had anyone on the podcast who's working on the kind of things that you do. So I'm really excited to learn all about what you're doing and the various nuances of this whole universe, right? Or should I say metaverse?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
now, all of us working in tech have a hard enough time explaining what we do to our parents, right? Or even others. But you
Yes,
have an even bigger problem, I think, right? And I'm
I
curious, how do you explain the metaverse to people who may not know what it is?
very rightly said, Roshan. That is really true because till now, also, I was working with the AI-based chatbots and those things. It was really difficult for me to explain that to my mother what exactly I do. But now working into the metaverse, it is another ballgame. But to explain to you normally what exactly is a metaverse, metaverse you can think of it's like a virtual 3D space, which is much more than what exactly we interact on the internet today. It is that people say it is the next internet. Right now, what we see, it is like we see the experiences, but in metaverse, you are in the experience. That is the whole difference. It is the immersive nature of it. We all use social media and we consume content on the internet. Like we know that when internet initially started, it was one-way communication. It was just static web pages. You can just read contents. But next, it came like, okay, you can even create contents, and it was two-way communication that happened. But now it is more moving toward like you can be inside the experience while this is happening rather than just seeing it like on your laptop, on your smartphones. And metaverse is just to add a bit more on that, but metaverse is much more than what we imagine today. It is evolving, and you will find it offers a lot. Like people will be working inside it, they will be learning inside it, socializing inside it. A lot of concepts go into metaverse together.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the logical next step for digital interaction and so on, right? I mean, we first saw
Yes.
static pages, then dynamic pages, and VR and metaverse, and yeah, I mean, it's the eventual reality of what our lives will become, I suppose, right? And
Yes,
it's very interesting at this point of time where I suppose we're more offline than online, and I mean that may very well shift in the next 4 or 5 years itself. I feel, right? In fact, I
definitely.
mean, I think sections of our population may be more online right now itself, right? I mean, who knows? In any case, I mean, we're all connected. So, building for the metaverse, I mean, how did that strike you? I mean, it doesn't seem like the logical thing out there for anyone to do at this point of time. As in, I mean, it doesn't seem the obvious thing, I should say, not logical, obvious thing for someone to pick up on.
Yes, so I will give you a bit of background also regarding this one. So we have been like early adopters of the technology. So Fan Anywhere, our company, is founded by me and Amit. We both were batchmates together. And so our previous technology company was also when the chatbots just started into 2016, and there was a big buzzword that yes, chatbots are coming, they are going to change everything. And then suddenly in 2017, there was a big downfall regarding this. But we still believed in the technology. We worked on it and worked towards it. And today you will see that anywhere in the world you go, conversational AI, as you say, that is a big deal. Without it, a lot of websites or organizations they cannot function. The similar thing is with blockchain itself. Like Amit and I, we both have been active in this field from 2017, but that was still very early time where you most of the development was much more technical in nature, like a new side chain or a new protocol or layer 2 solution. But today, when you have alone in India more than 100 million crypto holders, it is the right step. Like you can build a platform. with a view of much wider, you can say, mass adoption there. Because again, we believe in the technology part. So NFT and Metaverse, they are going to stay. That is the reason last year, that Facebook changed their name itself into Metaverse. They are like going big into the Metaverse thing. They say that that is how the next decade of interaction will look like. Like the last decade was much more about social media, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram. People spend their time on social media, but the next decade it will be much more into the Metaverse. It will
Mm.
take time for it will of course it will take time for the mass adoption to come, but that is how it is all about where you put your attention to. Like when televisions came, your attention went there. Then when computer came, much more portion of attention went there. When a smartphone came, a lot of attention went there, and that is the same that is going to happen with the Metaverse. So we felt that yes, this was the time when a platform like this can go out in the market.
Right. Yeah. Facebook changing its name to Meta, I mean, meant that this whole new alternate reality
Yes.
is here, right? Is here and now. What are those other developments that have happened in this in this sort of domain over the last 5-10 years that have kind of led up to this point?
I would say, see, the biggest adoption in the recent years, which you have seen, that has in the blockchain space, I would say, even in the last year, that was the P2E, that is the play to earn gaming part. That has seen the most wider adoption. Like, and when you say metaverse, there is another term which goes hand in hand to metaverse, and those are NFTs. I'm sure everybody has heard about NFTs, and but a lot of people, they don't know what exactly NFTs are or what they are meant for. Like for a normal person, they have heard that okay, some big guys or big companies, they launched their NFTs and it fetched millions of dollars. It is like out of reach for most of the people. They think of it like okay, it is like collectible items. Like to be true, as of today, NFTs are mostly, you can say, like new Rolexes or Ferrari. People, they buy it, they put it up their profile pictures that yeah, I have put up $1 million profile picture on my social media. That is, it is just about flexing, because where you spend most of your time, there you want to flex it. That was also the whole point why we came into this field, because we knew that NFTs are going to stay, but none of the NFTs out there in the market motivated us to go and like buy an NFT. Why? From, if I think from a common man's perspective, like why will I go and buy an NFT? Till now, NFT is seen just like a digital artwork,
Mm.
a collectible item.
Mm.
Most of the people, they are not collectors. Like, and they go out and they are most of the famous ones, if you see the Bored Ape or Mutant Ape, the NFT collections, the lowest price goes into hundreds and thousands of dollars. That is out of reach for most of the people. That that was the, I would say, that was the starting point for us, that no, NFTs are not just digital collectible items. It is much beyond that. And that is how we started with this, that yes, we need to bring NFTs which make meaningful senses for people. It should have experiences and utility, because NFTs are like access key to the metaverse. They both go hand in hand. A lot of time, in normally people who work in the blockchain, you will hear words like okay, there is a bull run, so everything works. Then there is a bear market, the price is crashing and all. But we are not affected by it. That is why we say at end of the day, no matter where the market moves, the technology will stay, and you will see all the big organizations are betting into it. Like Facebook started it, but metaverse is not something very new in the blockchain space. There have been companies like Sandbox, Decentraland, they have been building the metaverse for past few years on blockchain. But today, when Facebook goes into metaverse, and you all the big organizations like Microsoft, Nike, even the fashion brands, H&M, everybody is coming into this. So yes, this is the next thing where people will move into.
Right. Yeah, I think the buzz about the price action to me is just a distraction. I feel that the underlying technology, with blockchain and
Yes,
crypto
yes,
is what we really have to pay attention to, and the immense
yes,
possibilities that we see around it, right? And I'm going to ask you a boomer question, right? So
yeah,
and so give us a 101 on NFTs. I mean, there seems to be a lot of buzz about it, and people kind of have an idea, right? Some folks think it's revolutionary, some others feel that it's just a product of the times, right? People have too much money, and they spend too much time on the internet, and so here we have NFTs, right? So, but
yes.
how do you see NFTs? What are NFTs, and what's the big deal?
That is exactly as you rightly said. A lot of people think that yes, it is just like a product of time where people have money, they go for NFTs, because till now NFTs have been projected like that, that it is a digital collectible item. It is something to like brag about, to show it on your social media and thus. But if I give you a 101 NFT, NFT is a non-fungible token. It is something which is unique in nature. Every NFT is uniquely minted on a smart contract. So, like other cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, that is a fungible token. So you cannot differentiate between two Bitcoins. You can have one Bitcoin, you can give it to someone else, and you can give me some another Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, it's just like a currency note. Every note, it just has the value. But NFT, every NFT is unique in nature. It is verifiable on the blockchain. So even if I transfer an NFT to you and you transfer it to someone else, you can see the complete audit trail on the chain. So it is like a verifiable object, and there is immense possibility. Anything can be an NFT. Anything unique can be an NFT, which needs a verifiable thing on blockchain.
Right. So my understanding was that it's like a collectible, right? And but you mentioned something interesting, which is that you're actually adding real utility to NFTs, right? How are you doing
Yes.
that?
So utilities, when I say, it is not just in the real world, it is both into the real world and metaverse. So say for some of the celebrities, till now, a lot of celebrities have been dropping their NFTs. You will see it fetching millions of dollars, but it is just a collectible item. But what we are bringing to it is like, so we have onboarded celebrity, a singer we have onboarded, say. We'll be launching her NFTs, and that will give access to people, say, for next 5 years to attend all her virtual concerts in Metaverse. She also wants to conduct singing workshops for aspiring singers in reality also, as well as into the Metaverse also. Because, of course, when it is into the Metaverse, it removes lots of logistical barriers. Then you can be anywhere in the world and you can attend it. And those NFTs, they are the key to unlock those experiences. And then another part with NFTs are, you have the ownership of it, so you can even transfer it to someone else. So when I say that you have access to, say, 10 concerts in the next 5 years for the singer, you can attend two of the concerts, and after that you can sell this NFT to someone else in the secondary market, and he will have access to the remaining experiences out there. And like every day when we talk to different celebrities, we see an interest coming from them about varied kind of utilities and engagement, what they want to do with their fans. And when I say celebrity, it is not just, say, from, mostly when you say celebrity, it is either from a sports industry or entertainment industry, but it is anybody who has a fan following. It can be an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, politician. It can even be brands and entities. Anybody who has a following. It can be production houses, because even celebrities and all, they see NFT as a very new and innovative way to connect with their fans. Another big part here is about the data ownership, because suppose for a celebrity, if there are 1,000 NFTs launched and there are 1,000 owners of the NFTs, all those owners, they own the complete NFT and data of themselves. There is no middle platform. Like when you go to a social media platform, it is the platform who owns your data. You are at the mercy of the platform. Like tomorrow they can ban you, they can just change their algorithm. A lot of time it happens. A lot of celebrities say that, yeah, overnight we lost 100,000 followers because an algorithm was updated in the platform. But here it is not going to happen. Everybody owns their NFT. And like, say tomorrow, if a third party, they want to build something using those NFTs, they can do that. They have the complete freedom. It is completely open on the blockchain. Anybody can build utilities or do anything on those NFTs.
Right. And so, if I understand correctly, Fan Anywhere basically
Yes.
connects artists with their fans in this metaverse and helps them transact and exchange utilities and value and so on, right?
Yes, yes. A part, you can say. So, metaverse is like one aspect of the application, and we call it, like, we are building our own metaverse. We call it Fanverse, where this engagements and interaction can take place. But yes, the experiences which we bring in with NFTs, it lies both in metaverse as well as in the real life.
Right. Could you explain that a little more?
Yes. So in the real life, so like one celebrity we onboarded, he wants to conduct real life lessons also, and also he had given us options like, okay, I can go to watch IPL matches with my NFT holders. Like, of course, they cannot be 1,000. That will be like a limited edition NFTs. That, okay, you can go to watch IPL matches with them, or you can go to shopping with them a day, or if someone is from the, you can say, you can go to for a gym workout with them. There are various kinds of activities which can be done in the real world as well.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I think one of the things that I think really worked for Twitter is the fact that they granted access to these stars and celebrities and so on. Right. I mean,
Yes.
you could just directly tweet at them. Right. And yeah, I mean, this just takes the fan engagement to a whole other level. One of the things that I'm really excited about is the fact that we're going to live in a world, or rather, I mean, we're living in a world where more and more power rests with the artists and creators, right? So how is Fan Anywhere empowering the artists? You mentioned that they have their own following and they can, start engaging with them more intimately and so on. But when you think about monetizing, when you think about economy and stuff like
Yes.
that, right? So how are you helping these folks?
Yes. So we empower artists to capitalize on their fandom. because right now a lot of time there you can say the monetization is depending on the how many followers they have on social media. So their value is decided by the brands who do the brand endorsements with them. But here it is the value is decided by the fans, because say an artist is dropping their NFT, say price X, and 1,000 people bought it. But now next year suddenly those artists, they were really successful. They had like a big album of it as a player, he became the captain or something. The price of NFT will shot up because those NFTs are like direct access to them. It gives them direct connection. So the secondary market sale will go higher. The value is decided by the fans. It is the demand and supply of it.
Right.
And most of the time when other platforms are involved, a big part is taken away by the middleman. So blockchain is a lot about eliminating that part.
Right. Right. And what has your experience been partnering with artists? How do you get them to sign up, and how do you explain what you do?
That is true. So now the thing is, all the artists or celebrities, they have heard about NFTs for sure. From one way or other, they have seen, okay, either in India or outside, somebody is doing it. But that is very true. A lot of them have a lot of questions. So we were actually amazed by the curiosity of this artist towards the technology. When we started, we had this inhibitions that okay, they might not have enough time, or they even want to do it. But yes, everybody is very open to learn about it and they want to do it. But that is also true that before doing, they want to know what exactly is this, how will this work, how exactly the blockchain will work. Or when the NFT goes out in the market, we say that okay, there is a royalty clause that every secondary sale will give you royalty automatic. They want to know about it, that how this works, because that is also an added benefit for the artist. Because once the NFT goes out in the market, every time a secondary sale happens, you can embed it in the smart contract that they will get a certain portion of the royalty, and that goes automatic, like nobody can tamper with it. Even after 5 years, if that sale is happening, they will get a royalty automatic. There is no middleman involved, they don't need to do anything. So this is something which motivates them a lot, even to like provide such kind of utility and experiences to their fans. And at one level, they want to connect with their fans. And right now there are not such avenues, because when you see Instagram or any other social media platform, they have got millions of followers, but they are just followers. They can't connect with them at one-to-one level, or even at a, so this is something which they look at to connect with them.
Right. So, who are some of the celebrities that you've onboarded onto your platform?
We have already announced one of the celebrity we have onboarded. So we have already onboarded more than 20 celebrities in India and in Europe, because these are the two places which we are targeting before launch, because these are the two places which we have got a really experienced team in this market. In Europe also, our stronghold lies into Netherlands and Baltic region. So we have already announced one singer, Sivani Kashyap, in India till now. But so a lot of celebrities are onboarded, and it will be announced strategically on our social media. So even in this week, you will be seeing three more celebrities announced.
Right. So,
Yes.
how are you getting the word out there? How does your fan acquisition work? Because I think it's a bit of a chicken egg thing, right? I mean, artists will
Yes.
come onto the platform if there are fans, and fans will come onto the platform if there are, artists. So, how are you thinking about
Yes.
that?
Yes. So see, there are two things to it. First is when you say about the fans of the artist, they are already there. They Most of the fans of this artist, they are not very experienced in the crypto part, you can say. They don't understand a lot of about how the crypto community works or those things, but those fans are out there. And second part is you can say the crypto community, the global crypto community, who is like very active, and they keep they are updated, like okay, which new NFT drops are coming, or which company is doing what. Like as of today also, our company FanAnywhere, it is backed by more than 25 blockchain VCs globally, and like some of them are like the best VCs out there. One is the crypto community, which is very active, and second part is the fans of the celebrities who want to come and buy these NFTs. So when a celebrity says that okay, my NFT is launching on FanAnywhere, a big portion of those fans come from the fan following of those celebrity.
Hmm.
And for that only we built our platform keeping a complete non-crypto users in mind, because there are a lot of other smaller things also, like even in crypto, people who deal with crypto, a lot of people, they're not very comfortable using a dex, or when I say a private wallet, or things like metamask, how do they use it. So we have built our platform completely keeping a non-crypto user in mind, that it should be very seamless for them to own or avail experiences through an NFT. So we are giving like complete gasless transactions. We have fiat on ramp and off ramp solution. So they don't even need a crypto token to buy an NFT. They can just pay by their credit card and debit card and a normal banking channel to do that. They don't even need to hold like their own private wallet. Will be providing a custodial wallet solution to them, but they will have the complete ownership.
There's also a lot of fuzzy regulation around this, right? I mean, I think, I mean, there's a crypto bill that's probably going to be tabled at the
Yes.
next session of the parliament, right? And there's a lot of ambiguity. So in that case, I mean, how are you like sort of clearing the air about certain things, and how are you improving trust in the ecosystem for both the fans and the artists?
Yes. So we have got like a very good legal team with us, and which is taking care. We have got two legal teams, one based out of Europe and one based out of India. So that is all cleared for our celebrities as well as the fans. And it is actually a good thing that the regulations come in so that the uncertainty is not there. Normally, you will see that this entire market is driven much more by the rumors that, okay, it is going to ban it, okay, it is not going to ban it. And you suddenly see the impact on the market. So it's better that the more the regulations come and more people will be aware. And right now, you will see a lot of people are afraid that, okay, no, I don't want to enter this space because of this ambiguity. But once this is resolved, then you will see much more adoption to it.
Right. You're operating in such a nascent space, right? So I wonder, how do you think about competition? I mean, when you look sideways and see that, there may be like one or two people perhaps working on it, or I mean, is it so sparse? I mean, I suppose there might be more people now, right? So how do you think about competition as such?
So the market is still very new and it is very early. You rightly said it is a very nascent market. We feel that competition is really good at this stage because the more the competitors you have, more the awareness is there in the market. Because then what happens? I don't need to explain to every user that what exactly an NFT is. I would expect that yeah, he already knows about NFT. I just need to explain him what utility he can unlock or how you can utilize these NFTs. So as you rightly said, that a lot of you can say the meme culture which goes on that yeah, we are all gonna make it. That is something similar you can say as of today in this space that there are not too many players and who are like really doing meaningful things and it is and I would say everybody is experimenting, so there is a lot of learning because it is good that there are so many competitors and everybody is trying to do something different. You learn from each other. This entire space is evolving. There is no set mantra yet that yes, this is the success mantra. Everybody is trying new things.
Right. So one of the entrepreneurs I had on the podcast earlier, right? I mean, he said something profound, which was that I wish there was more competition in my space so that I could
Yeah.
kind of pace myself, right? And figure what else could
Yes.
be done and so on, right? So,
Yeah.
considering that you're in a very nascent space, right? How do you think about product roadmap and stuff like that?
Yeah, so right now our product roadmap looks like first we are going to launch with the NFT marketplace. So where people can like come buy NFTs, they can sell it in the secondary market. And then in the next phase, we'll be bringing our fanverse. And we also understand that when you say metaverse, the first thing that comes to your mind is a complete immersive experience. That is how the metaverse is supposed to be. But if you think in reality, how many people really have those access to those kind of VR headsets today? It will take few years for that penetration to happen like it has been with the smartphones. And that is why we are building our fanverse to work on all devices, because no matter if you don't have a VR headset, you have a smartphone and you have an NFT of an entrepreneur and you just want to attend one of his talks or his workshop, you should be able to do it either on your laptop or on your mobile phone. You can just connect through app your NFT and the experience will be unlocked for you.
Right. Interesting. So, in summary, for someone who's looking to build in this space, what would you say are some of the unique insights that you've gained from your experience of operating in this space that could, potentially help them understand a lot more?
One thing which we have learned in this space like in the last year is like it evolves very fast. You have to keep learning every day. Like I've been into the traditional markets also. I built at the company before. Like the learning here is 100 times faster because what you know today it can be completely outdated 3 months ahead. The technology is evolving, the market is evolving, and as you rightly said, there are so many other people who are trying different things to do here. So if someone wants to do it, it's still there is so much possibility in this space because a lot of time you don't find people with good experiences also. Anything into blockchain, it can happen that someone has only 2 to 3 years of experience and he is the most experienced person available. Blockchain is not very old. Like the first Bitcoin was minted like a decade back, and it is only the recent years from 2017 when it has come much more into the mainstream thing, and it has been very recent year where more developments are being done. There are not many people out in the market who know how to do these things. Be it anybody, either be it developer or creators or anybody, there is a big scarcity of good people in this space in everything, either be it in the development or creative team, even taxation, or you can say the legalities. There are very few people in the market, so there is immense opportunity. My advice for anybody would be who is like looking to come into this space is like, this is the right time, don't wait for it, because now if you come you will learn a lot. And as I said, like everybody is evolving, so your learning will be much faster, and definitely you will do something here.
Interesting. So finally, what are some books or podcasts or resources that you would recommend to people who are interested in, NFTs, metaverse, and building in this whole blockchain crypto world?
Well, I would say, if specifically for this one, like there's no specific books or podcast, I would say. See, again, rather than building metaverse or NFT, my focus is more towards building a sustainable business, because we come from a background where it is more about, rather than going with the buzzword, to create something which is sustainable. So I would suggest books like Lean Startup, that is a classic, or you go with the Psychology of Money, where you understand the differences rather than just going with the trend. How you take the trend and build something which is sustainable, because otherwise what will happen that today you know that okay, the market is in a bull run, after 3 months everything crashes and you will be nowhere.
Yeah,
So follow that, like build a business. Technology is just a tool, but you need to
yeah,
find the real use case, how you can bring the sustainability to it. And this entire market is evolving, so keep updated, that is the whole thing.
right. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much again, Varun, for being on the podcast. This was fun learning about all of this, various nuances of this very new world that, we will
Yeah.
experience. And hopefully, we're all going to make it.
We will definitely, Roshan. Thanks for inviting me again, and it was really great talking to you today.
Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, then don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform and share this episode with all of your fellow startup operators. Also, follow the Startup Operator on LinkedIn and Twitter for more updates. Stay safe, take care, and see you soon on a brand new episode of the Startup Operator.